picking to start on attacking.
So it's not looking good. 25% win rate on this map. Furia picking right into it.
Well, they've gotten the opener.
Wow.
They've struggled at pistols.
That's so aggro.
I think one thing I saw on stage leading into this, and we actually heard it as well.
That's so aggressive to start this one off.
Then Furia. It seemed like they came into this angry because during Super Week, they had the worst Super Week series of matches. 0-2 and only won total of 18 rounds. 18. Over 4 maps, it's not looking good. So you have to expect the team that beat NRG in the week prior to come in with some fury.
This is going to be fury required from the defensive side here. They find themselves in a 2v4 post plant.
He's exposed there. Yep.
Oh
damn.
My gosh. He shouldn't have gotten away with that one.
Oh.
Khalil has shown up now. Got a little help. They've got some numbers and they've got a couple of frags. But it's going to fall on MW to get the 1v2
okay.
and he cannot.
RGL did good. Almost looked doable. Yeah, for a second I was like, this is kind of on 2 on 2. Nice pistol, dude. This aggression was crazy on its own. Didn't really have too much with this. The dash forward felt like, did they feel like he had low bullets? Not entirely sure.
Good trades from MIBR, but also Furia getting
See, the dash forward was kind of crazy.
Aggressive in middle as the defenders. And Sean was mentioning on the desk as well about how that defensive side with the old comp from Furia was really rough against Leviathan. See if that continues.
Holy aggression, bro. They just wanted to take this fight, man.
This is an early Harbor.
It's now the second round in a row that we see Furia
Early Harbor activated, and
two interesting
we got a oh, it's all the way over here. We can have an upgrade from this.
Aggression that you were talking about, but the Viper wall as well, all focused towards.
Kind of want to get the Viper over to pick up the gun, to be honest with you.
Flash over the top too. There was a lot invested into this area of the map. So much like we saw in the previous round.
Nice, and they get the plant as well on top of this, so extra bit of money. Very nice. Not gonna be able to get the extra gun that was on the floor though. Van City, I thought you were getting ready.
MIBR was lacking in pistol rounds. And I think that definitely rings true, but a lot was lacking last week. So to see RGL get up there, and I think particularly Muriz, who is such a strong
thank you so much.
for this team, and also the IGL.
Mate, I'm not saying that last bit.
Seems to me would indicate a different MIBR than what we saw in Super Week.
Anita, welcome in. Anita. BJ, welcome in. Not saying the last bit. Not a chance.
Cascade down B long to get a little bit of control. Skipping the Viper orb. And it looks like we're gonna have a classic B long retake here by Furia.
Harbor, like I said earlier on one of my streams, like last week maybe, it is very common to just use this all over towards B. It has a very high success rate. This reaction from Furia is really nice. Push behind, they're gonna get the alarm bot. They have no idea that all of the left is clear though. They do now.
Great crosshair placement. DG, the desk mentioned previously on the Neon, now on the Jet.
Oh, he played this really well. He played that insanely well. Most people there, as soon as the insta smoke came down, I think he would have swung like this. I'm so impressed with how he played that. Oh, Arch, man, what are you doing?
FRZ with a massive round. I think when you watch the game against NRG where they got that upset win, you watched a couple of their early brawls against Loud and so on. It was basically
Arch, thank you so much. UWU, welcome into the Star Club. Not saying it any other way.
Taking 38% of the opening duels for the team. It's
not saying it any other way. Not a thing.
And FRZ in this case, I mean, playing around that jet smoke so well that Digizin used to, like you said, dash across to get past that map, but easily able to actually work with that smoke against them.
All right.
5-1 start for RGL, 5-1 start for FRZ, and a
yeah, really good bonus.
Going into this next round.
Really good bonus into this. It's a perfect start from MIBR.
I don't know what she was saying. I'm sure it was important.
Trains leaving the station.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So it's interesting. They're not... Okay, the Cascade's a little bit later, but they've already lost Cubby.
Yeah, look at this setup. They actually have... Mazi has a Viper Maul. It's the Viatan strat, the eco round. But nobody's swinging.
Not yet. Oh, they've cleared out Cubby.
And they blocked it off well. They baited in this extra person.
Still here? Okay.
Yeah, he baited for a lot. He had to
Only
try
ever
and
gonna
get
a
at
trade there
least
just with the Sheriff.
one
And I think
for the
importantly
bait.
there, Furia, I mean, with a really cool idea, really cool strat, Leviathan has been running that a lot by just throwing the molly in the back of map where we had that duel in the last round, and then swinging hard with it, causing the players on the attack
This is a
to be
very
all
good start
different
at
positions
the
than you're
moment.
expecting.
That harbor ult that we saw in the last round is halfway here.
And this one hurts because you had 2 rifles engaged in this map. I'm surprised actually that you didn't have the majority of them with that hit, because if they did go for the B-long like they did, then
How
all of a
high do you
sudden
rate the
actually have
harbor ult? I mean,
firepower
it's
there to
good.
match them.
It's definitely really good.
This is a very good start from MIBR.
It's very nice for the overwhelm.
Matching some of the maps.
Very good for retakes, very good for overwhelming sites.
Matches, and
I mean, it's really
keep
strong,
having
to be
to bring
honest.
that back up because we have seen so many different MIBRs show up at lock-in, early on in America's League, then in Super Week, then at against NRG, like just a million versions.
That's the only gun
They
they
don't
had
even
left.
save a gun? Damn.
They were trying to save the Phantom and they couldn't even do that.
Chat,
Trying
sold
to
it.
save it 2 rounds in a row.
Thank you so much, Homestar. OOWOO, welcome in to the
A little
Slug
Bit
Club.
behind
I respect the
economically
attempt.
by saving a
Homestar,
weapon
thank you so much for
compared to
that.
the rest of your team, especially if you don't win the next round. So he's going to be a little bit rough for wear
Do it right.
rebuying a rifle there.
Come on. Come on, chat.
Still got all his util. But down to light armor, which is fine, generally speaking. But the
Flash
Brazilian
goes out,
teams are
info
actually
for
not
this.
gone for the light
Important
armor
round for
strat.
Furia. They get the
Like the
op out.
North American team
Money's
does.
real low. Money over towards MIBR is out of control.
Oh, man,
8-4,
He's playing
8-4. What
backside
the
right now. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any early contest though.
Harbor
Digizin
was
has been
nearly back
struggling
online.
So far in these first 4 rounds, he's died 3 times first. Now he has the op in his hands. But he's posted in a direction that MIBR, they are a team that can pivot. They have shown the propensity to be able to do that.
Does that even work?
Back
And
into
then,
mid,
mate,
but I
thank you
don't
so much.
think
Welcome.
that they're looking
Thank you,
for a
thank
big hit
you.
here.
Yeah, I
Who
don't think so
you?
either.
Welcome into the Slug Club.
Given their cascade.
I mean, it's kind of close, I
Given
guess.
Oh, the lockdown too, so you're looking at work. FRZ is moving right now.
Close
in A main.
enough.
Is he going to set up against this? But Khalil is here with
You
that
lot are
Vandal.
desperate. What is
If
this?
he can target
Okay,
down
chat, it's a big buy
FRZ,
round.
that would be huge.
It's
Now
a
he's gonna
big
get
buy
up the
round.
site, though.
If they win this,
And
it's
Furia
5-0.
just rotated
And you're
further
out here
away.
trying to get this to happen. All comes in.
The lockdown you just mentioned.
No one
finally
here.
being dropped.
Means that they can
There's
rotate
still
in
some
though.
Killjoy utility they're gonna have to get
Heavy
through,
mid control
courtesy
still.
of Cleo.
Look at the mid control still
30
held by
seconds left.
MIBR though. Nuriz is still watching this double door reflank that Furia is actually going for. He's just made noise that he's fallen off though.
That timing could be disastrous. It is just Miri's holding that too.
This plan is so late.
Heat's already dropped.
Oh,
And you're giving up a good bit of secret. I mean, the wall's gone down now. There's that first kill.
Oh, they split up, Doug.
I still don't think they're going to be expecting a second, though.
but what was that?
Mazine's got to be pacey, though. Man, he's got to go. He's got to take some space away here. There's the first onto him. Now position. Given away.
Standing.
Mazine just, I mean,
Okay.
he found so much value out of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Fury
nice
is
recovery in
completely
the end
lost
from
track
this,
of
though.
the possibility of a second there. And RGL was actually setting up to throw more Harbor util, so he was completely out of the play.
Another gift
Good
is
work
up
from Fury,
over
but
from
I honestly
Muted
think
House.
MIBR kinda gifted that to them.
Woo.
That
Welcome
lockdown
in
went down, and they
to the
have
Star
set
Club.
for so long, but they still waited till 12 seconds.
Sure.
to
That
get
one's
that
fine as
plan
well.
down. Remember, there was only one player here. Khalil fell way off.
Isaac, what
Okay.
is this thing?
I don't even think I saw Heat.
Just a little sliver past the high tide. And there you see images of Carlao as well. The head coach for Fury, who's been unfortunately not here within the first 4 weeks for Fury,
Right.
but they still got out to a good start.
Big
So
rounds, they managed to keep
he
4
must be
people alive, so their
incredibly
money's pretty
proud of his
good. One
team.
way goes out. They block
For what they
vision, flash
accomplished
over
without
the
him.
top.
Dude,
And we
DG
are
just
fighting
made that
over
flash
towards
by
middle, that's
himself,
nice.
Didn't even back up a ton, didn't get the dash ready. Hey, he's
There's been a
insane.
lot of mid control in this game
Jets
at the
often
moment.
try to cheat
Like probably the most we've
dash
seen
so
out of
that
any
you can
pearl
have
for a
it
while.
later on in the round in more impactful positions. And there's the first duel between Heat and Digizin. And Digizin wins it out, but that's because he has that op online after the first couple of losses. And he's repositioned over towards A. This is a really nice way to play this for Furia. Still so much risk presence for them, and Mazin's in trouble though.
Yeah, it's a nice overwhelm. Only one person over towards B. That's a very nice reaction from Khalil. That's good. They got to speed up here.
Reckoning's gonna create some space.
Hey, they might.
They think they have time. They do.
Yeah, they do have time. I mean, he got a kill from it though, at least.
Seekers are gonna clear out B-Link too. You've got Khalil in a decent spot to help once they're ready to pounce.
Khalil must have been so surprised that they went for that, honestly.
Two backside here. DG just waiting.
I'm enjoying how Furia are playing this though. Every time they lose B, just making sure they push through middle, get the fast flank on the go. Double elbow, they have to go. I mean,
they're not playing for both lanes.
How do they win this with no flashes from double elbow?
Amali's close, but they swing by themselves.
Man, might not even be up to the people in elbow.
MW has to take a step back now. 3v3. The op is down. MW takes Cerberus. A 2v2 as the spike ticks away. RGL having to hold the line now.
32 HP.
Up that it's not halved yet.
MW on the tap. 32 HP.
Wait.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe a second and a half left.
And again, these rounds on both sides.
Damn, 1-9 loss bonus on top of this.
And I think that there critically, MIBR got the right pick on actually QCK, who was running down on that flank. He threw a cascade to block backhaul, but he died before he was able to stop it. So
yeah, they need this timeout. They really do. This is a nightmare start for them.
Vision blocker on backhaul, and they're able to peek that.
The good news for them is they're on defense, and attacks a lot easier.
First round win for Furia immediately responded to by
yeah.
MIBR.
Still a bit of a nightmare.
Now.
You think they're fine for the buy, even with the 1-9? They're like, yeah, I guess they're like 3-2, 3-4, right?
About here, if I'm Carlisle, is this mid pressure from MIBR in the mid round. It's not necessarily even followed up by like a cascade or high tide like you see from Loud. It's a lot more brawly, which you would expect Furia players to be happy with. But right now, it's just not clicking, and a lot of times you're seeing, like in that last round, Mazin completely isolated by himself. I wonder if, because they're not using the Harbor utility and instead they're using the Viper util to take mid, that's throwing them off and throwing their protocols for a loop, because everybody is currently in the meta using that Harbor high tide.
Yeah. We'll see what adjustments are made, if any, on the other side of this timeout. MIBR with the 4-round lead. I mean, it's been by committee. I mean, RGL is just...
Okay, they do get a fine buy out of this. Just one person takes the hit.
Yeah, but everybody else.
Not missing too much util. I mean, missing literally no util as well. But this is...
He has knives too, not looking like he's going for any...
Yeah, at this point they should be happy to get 4, really. They early take A, they've been doing this all the time, or at least creating the pressure like they're doing it. It looks like they flash when they don't take it. Dog goes in, again, middle's been crazy important at the moment. Wanted to get it over towards the Viper, decided to get onto the Sky in the end.
So they have the cascade blocking off backside, the flash behind pillar, make sure there's no one around, and they can comfortably take the
Khalil's here and they got a big kill setup, especially if the mollies come down.
Engagement at double door is happening as well right now. And he made noise, so he's going for it. They didn't get in here because of the Reckoning. Khalil as well is swinging with it.
Yeah, they are fighting so heavy for B.
So much damage on the entry.
They do not want this palm to come in.
The spike still isn't down. It's
the over rotate is heavy.
This may be a very good hold by Furia.
Spike down B.
Always love seeing new skins in the game. UCK catching up
See
for
them.
sleep.
Much better from them. Real heavy over rotate. And yeah, it's absolutely fine if you don't get punished.
Start. They're lined up here.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Holy hell.
I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, that's a lot of damage done no matter what.
Still 15 seconds on that too.
Yeah.
Furia, I mean, making mistakes like,
that's crazy.
Like that
Logan,
are going to make
thank you so much,
really
Logan. 5703 with the gifted.
This is their map pick.
Emil Swag, welcome in.
And
welcome into the Slug Club.
Well.
Thank you so much for that, Logan. Appreciate it. Chalice Gizmo Slug approves him for the gifted.
A little bit more favored in the meta.
Thank you very much, mate.
And this one is tough.
Emils, if you're here,
Remember,
you know what to say.
Playing that Viper. Mazin was playing Breach. to set up the neon.
Okay,
in the
smoke
previous
goes
iteration
out.
of this.
This is now everything because 1-9 on top of this, so it all definitely has to get used. And ever since this pause, they are just heavy, making sure that they cannot get over towards B.
Probably setting up the Viper Orb in mid at the beginning of the round.
They are also the whole time, but even in the beginning, ever since the pistol, they've been taking control of middle. So the big change up they did in the pause was definitely over towards B, but still the whole thing in terms of getting control of middle has been part of it a lot.
And they've left Muri's by himself to see if he can get something cheeky.
Does he really want to lurk through here?
Now it looks like they're going searching for the killjoy, Yuto.
That Trailblazer is going to get a lot of info. I believe it just spotted one, but between that and then all of the bullets that you're hearing and Art, you know that there's a hit this way. Bullets finally
How's he alive?
their time, but landing.
And the spam from MW too. That heat versus Digizin battle definitely labored.
That I think that's the longest fight.
Better of it at the end and
I'll go ahead and say that that's the longest fight I've seen out of all the BCT games so far.
You definitely see what
that was the longest duel I've seen. 28 bullets, I think that whole duel was.
To rotate off when the hit comes through, and you can get a nasty flank timing.
Like he went down to 2 bullets
That's
in the end.
unexpected. A lot of the players on defense, when they're retaking A, they're paying attention to the sewers flank, but not the B flank.
The hell with a flame, blaming it on the skin or something.
Thorn.
And Furia needed something like this, right? 3,000 again on top of all of this. They had to stay alive in this one. Had to try and win this one out clean, and they do. 2 in a row, and they had this reset in between, so the money should be pretty much gone, if not gone.
Speaking of another gun, doesn't look like that'll be the case for Heat this time around. Has blades online, but
okay, MIBR now, starting to change it up. Maybe they're going to start going over towards A main. We haven't seen much contestation for A main, apart from like the first 2 rounds, really.
The IGL mirrors try to figure it out.
Definitely a lot of aggression over towards middle been happening the whole time. And then also, in terms of B, they've been holding heavy B, so I don't know.
I think the mid presence could still end up working.
I think we're just going to see a heavy fight for A main, because I reckon MIBR are probably going to try and go over towards A main here. And I'm pretty sure Furia might do the same.
Fight that, and 5-3 definitely. I think this could start to get swinging back into Furia's direction. But you also don't even have that op online for Digizin, so that was the big threat that I was starting to think was really going to cost them some problems.
Yeah.
First summer night in the UK. Dude, do you know what? It actually did feel a little bit hotter today. I don't know if it's because the sun was out or what.
But a little bit of more time to think things through as we exit the timeout. MIBR with the 2-round lead. Furia have won 3 of the last 4 here, and that's not with the op every single round like you were just talking about.
Also wasn't many key ults to be talking about in the next few rounds, so probably not a big factor, although Muriz has his. So if they can get on the site, it could be nice.
Okay, heavy fight over towards B. Damn. That's a big win to come out on top of that as well and get out. It's pretty hard a lot of the times to actually get a kill anywhere in this area with a jet and manage to get out. But they did very good with it.
For sure. RGL the first to take contact there and dying to DG.
In terms of this one,
numbers in favor of Furia again.
Harbor going down, it's a nightmare.
Nice shot through the wall, a little dink on Khalil. Khalil has been very disciplined on the safe side on his kill put.
Yeah, you like this map, Safe?
All the way back in most instances.
Very good designed map. Everything around the map really makes sense.
You get that first pick, Digizin's all the way back. Sometimes you might see him go for more, but now we're in a must-win position for them.
Jesus. That's a straight up drive-by on that. Picks up the gun on top of this as well. No one here. Viper goes in. This is a nice recovery just to burst into sight. Again, they had no harbor, so they kind of had to do something like this.
He still has an updraft, but no dash, so a possibility of a...
This is a very hard retake. Does he have the cove or anything to block this?
No other tools, no seekers, nothing like that. MW won off of them. But you
can
do
cove
have
it.
this big flank. I think he might high-tide it off. Yes,
Okay, he's
coved
coved it. He is on for this, but they're looking for it.
Spotting right now.
He should have some time to think this through as well because the cove just lasts so long if it doesn't get damage.
Oh, he ran.
The timing was great.
Flash might be enough. No way they lose this round.
2v2. Fury's left in a 1v1 now.
4 bullets, 3 bullets, no time.
Trying to stay alive, and he buys just enough time
Dude, he
to
ran at
secure
the end and
round.
then maybe could have just like a bit of impatience, really, to be honest with you. Like Seekers were gonna come out anyway. You might as well wait for them to shoot the Seekers and then swing.
And also, MIBR with
That's a
the
mad round for
foresight to pay
MIBR to
attention
win.
what
That's
was
one of those
possible
watch
there
back
on
in
the
the
flank. Yes,
demo.
the turret was there, it was watching it,
That's
but they knew
I
two
mean that's a
possible
melons
smokes.
round. It
Three
is. It
possible
really
smokes
is.
on that turret. With the Jet, the Viper, and the Harbor as well. And it does make noise when it lands. So I'm curious if FRZ was actually able to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know how. It looked like he turned around at the very
Yeah, I
last
got nothing.
second.
Like
love to
I
see
can't even
that
I can't
flank.
defend that round. It was
Wait
awful.
for the Seekers to actually engage. But I don't think you really knew that they were about to come up. MW got to spam through the smoke on you.
Like
Look
the
at this
only
air
thing I
high
can
side.
say is it was
Normally
greedy,
this is
man.
set up
That was
your
it.
Jet player, but Digitson is holding A main right now. And they just went for a little bit of exploration. And they realized they're going for that B control that MIBR has relied upon.
Can't even say
so
unlucky on
much.
that one.
They're so
Yeah, I wish I
concerned for the
could.
mid presence that even with
Dog
the
goes
high
in over
tide
towards
there,
middle
they're
though.
trying to Trailblazer
They
make
get a
sure
good amount of
there's
info. This
nobody
was what
coming.
I thought was going to start happening more after the
And it
actual
was
pause
mostly
itself.
faint.
In terms of the
Two players
econ,
still lurking in mid.
super low on
So
this
you knew
one.
the intention
And
wasn't
okay, everyone's
necessarily
super
to
low
commit
and they just won a round. So this is
Past those
massive.
walls on B.
Furia obviously
entered the
attack
mid
sided, so they could definitely
Swapping
do
up
with this.
JZZ's position towards A. So he's going to throw a flash over here to try to
Okay,
get
so we're gonna
Digitson
have a
and some
one-person
info.
fake with the dog. This should be alright. It depends how he handles this. Yeah, gets the dash out of him, pushes him all the way. That is the most perfect outcome from all of that. Cascade comes in, blocks vision. Big question mark create here. Sky over towards middle. They can't clear it. Harbor ult over towards B. Who would have thought? It's almost as if every time we watched a Harbor ult in the past duration of VCT that every single Harbor ult has been here.
And now the code.
Ult goes in. Too many ults to stop this, even though there is some
Put
good
that down
damage
right
done.
now, yeah. If he wants to
Kill
secure the
coming in,
round,
I
they're gonna
think. Yeah.
take this for the post point.
Do
I
they
think
want to
it's
kill
an
Joy?
okay
It doesn't
decision.
look like it. Want to save it for the
Cove
extra
already
round.
used from QCK.
Found them. Swarm grenade out.
A little bit of additional safety, but we'll see if they try to
Oh, Digitson up top.
min-max a little bit too much. The flash splash the wall. QCK scaling up into cubby. Off the tap.
And they've got to get going on this half.
Someone
They're still
needs to.
hanging onto it.
Yeah, doesn't really work like that.
Choose to save the
Enemy
lockdown,
remaining.
and it falls down to a 1v1.
This might not be a great plant here. JCC's not aware yet. He has to swing really wide.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there was a
pulled
second
off,
there.
Yeah. I mean, he was flirting with time, dude. That was really close.
No charges.
That's now, I think, 3 or 4 rounds where Furia on the retake are taking way too long, and nobody is committing to trying to get half, to pressure the attackers to make a play. And I think there, in that instance, you're liking the idea for them to actually fight on site because of how hard these post plants can be on Pearl, and how insistent MIBR are going for this B long control. But neither of them fighting
Yeah,
and
it's,
getting super value while they're
I
playing
mean,
in the Reckoning.
I've said
is-
everything that
that's
I
the
need
part
to
that
say.
befuddles me a little bit.
I feel like a broken record talking about this
DG
map.
used the blades at the beginning of the round. Also has a shorty, which has been the cause of many an antic in the last couple of weeks.
That was a big round though in terms of
No,
econ.
they should have an idea. Yeah, he was just
Right,
here in the
forces them
previous
down
round.
to an eco.
This time
Looking
some
good
spam
to
push
take
them off
8,
angle.
maybe even 9. I mean, that's a crazy half, even if it is a tackle on bind.
He does have heals and get
Bind
back up to
on
max.
Pearl. I was thinking too much about the B.
And they're
Think about
just
you lot
doing
calling it
basically
Pearl.
the same thing they did in the mid round, but
Mm-hmm.
a little earlier and before the actual.
The
B
one person fake
pressure.
again with the dog, but now it's going to be kind of in reverse because I actually see no one over
High
towards
tide
his.
here
They
to really
pivot.
sell this by Murius. Kind of just doing the Khalil strat, looking for picks by himself.
This is honestly a pretty good stack at the
On the
moment.
safe side is what MIBR is asking for right now.
They're going into the stack with the knives.
It's the KJ ult
QCK's
again.
in an okay
Remember, he
position.
saved the
Are they
last
going to
round,
ult
they
this?
still won it.
Who's going to take the hit?
this is the
Anyone going to take the hit?
30 seconds left.
DG's here though.
No one?
Oh, they think it's a fake.
I wonder if they're just going to want to funnel out. They dropped the Seekers as well. Investing a lot of ults into this.
Yeah, but I think it's fine.
Is into this round that they
8 is a
really
lot. That's a
should
nice
have
shot, though.
lose. One weapon upgraded, and now they're going to be able to approach us from a couple of different angles. You've
Where's
got
the
a couple
pace
flanks.
though?
But you're right, the flanks are too slow. Time is short. MW's dead.
They haven't even re-cleared Art up to this point, and they're losing more control on the site themselves. They're investing the lockdown.
Or they just, but they've lost.
Wait, they might be able to get on this. Actually, there's no mollies.
It's a big
They
kill.
might be able to stick here.
Yeah,
Half.
it's gonna be close.
He had to pull off.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
one more teammate alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Still felt like a Hail Mary call.
Yeah. I'm
Round in the half.
scratching my head on that one. They definitely had major tools to win this next one. They had a 4v5. Yeah, they had advantage player-wise, but only one Vandal. MIBR dominating this first half. The defensive woes for Furia continue. And I thought that was comp based.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
get
that
the
was
op out.
because of the breach, because of the neon, not able to actually have.
Holy hell.
They
They get the
have
op
stall,
out.
but not in the right ways. You can't really
Let's see if they can win
end
another
up
round.
stalling the chokes against the Viper Harbor.
Again, MIBR have been playing
But
good.
on attack side, I thought that comp was really
Can't really
good
fault anything.
at actually negating some of the values of Viper Harbor on defense. But maybe it's a more systemic thing here.
Note the difference in where he stopped the cascade here. It's normally much further back. This time he stopped at pillar, and I think it was because of the deep flash out from MW that threatened early fight be long.
And there was also a high tide too. So definitely what they're considering. Digizin with the op. Just gonna swing here. Right after the jiggle, but he doesn't hit the shot and he gets dinked instead.
Yeah, they had good timing once they spotted his arm here with the jiggles.
That one's gonna cost him. Look how fast MIBR are at re-approaching back towards this B site. They just ran back through spawn, and you have to have mid control to be able to do that. And because they've conditioned so much, they have a free hit at this B site with the Reckoning again.
Yeah, it's really just Killjoy utility here, and it's not going to feel good, but Heat scales past it. Bazine's controlling the
Damn,
flank.
dude.
30 seconds left.
That was nice timing on this peak, though.
Still has a lot of space here, too. He's still
Holy
a chance for
hell.
another. Yeah, they've wiped the floor with this.
Honestly,
It's just
4,
RGL.
you get a pistol, and then it's
Dancing
attack
around
on
the
bind.
Reckoning, trying to find
Why do I
space, and
keep
he
calling
cannot.
this map bind? What's wrong with me?
Didn't even need that
Pal?
KJ ult after all, so the defuse comes
Yeah,
through
I'm,
and
I'm missing bind
the
too
half
much,
ends.
Chad. So that was
At
all it
8-4,
is.
so Fury improve against
Can't stop thinking about
that
bind.
scoreline that they had Olivia done.
But, I mean, really, this
Switching
felt like it was
sides.
Really,
secured
I
because
really
of the
wish
control
this-
that
I
they
really
had
wish
on
this
lane.
was
We're gonna
another
take a look
map.
at that one more time because, but, I mean, this is why this went as well as it did.
I think MIBR really expecting with the mid control that they had, that Fury was going to go back for that hold on that B site.
Yeah. We actually have a special interview standing by right now. Dryad with Bastarda from Team Liquid. Dryad, take it away.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much. And that's right, I'm over here with Team Liquid Brazil, Bastarda. And how are you feeling for this match? It's an 8-4 is not too bad.
She's an
for
absolute
Furia. We
aim
see they
god.
have a Furia tattoo over there. ¿Cómo te sientes para esta partida? ¿Cómo ves esta partida de Brasil contra Brasil? Acabamos de ver que tienes el tatuaje de Furia puesto.
Yo hoy día voy por Furia. No fue muy lado para Furia, pero siento que como este mapa es más terrorista, siento que lo puede dar vuelta y yo voy por Furia, así que confío.
She's going for Furia. She's supporting Furia today, and it was a side that it was not the best one for Furia. It's a little bit more attack-sided, so now looking forward to seeing what they can do in the second half. I want to ask you a little bit more about, you just won Game Changers back in March, so how are you feeling for the entirety of that performance that you had and for what is to come next? You just won Game Changers, acabas de ganar Game Changers en lo que era marzo y has tenido ese dominio del año pasado, te veníamos en Berlín, quedabas en tercer puesto. Ahora, ¿cómo te sientes y cómo se viene sintiendo el equipo?
Este año me siento con más confianza porque cambiamos el equipo, como 3 integrantes del equipo, y siento que este año estamos como más con confianza y tenemos como más sintonía entre nosotras, y siento que este año podemos dar mejores resultados que el año pasado.
She's feeling really good. Actually, 3 of the players changed for this side of Team Liquid Brazil for Game Changers, and now she's feeling really good. She's feeling really comfortable about what they can do. And the last question that I have for you is, what do you think the score is going to look like at the end for this map and for what is to come? ¿Cómo sientes que va a terminar esta partida para Furia?
Yo creo que va a ser 2-1 Furia. Siempre Furia a veces comienza medio mal, pero siempre después vuelve a sentirse con confianza. Así que yo creo que va a ser Furia.
Okay, she's saying 2-1 Furia. Furia is starting usually a little bit slower, but she's confident that they're going to take the win. We're going to see if that happens. We're going to send it back to the casters for the second half of the map 1.
Thank you so much, Triad. I mean, Bastardo's right in that they tend to start a little slow, but this feels extra slow.
Yeah, I think the considerations about the defense side and what she's saying about history. I mean, against Leviathan, they lost the first map. I think a lot of their wins, they lost the first map before clapping back. The problem here is this round pick, and I look towards split. I look towards.
Let's see where the pistol goes, because honestly, at 8-6 and you're on attack, you got pistol momentum.
Ripped it apart.
Yeah,
They
looks
go
cool.
over
It's a little
towards
bit
B,
of work.
one person here.
So, they
Keep
gotta
an
be
eye on this
focused
weird
and I
mid
love
timing
this
as well.
pistol. Instantly down B link with a cascade covering sewers and
Wait, this
And
weird
Cleo's
mid
covering the
timing
flank.
might be
MIBR has
huge.
to fall off of it.
Have they run this pistol
Are they
before?
gonna
They're
clear
kind
them
of
all
looking
the
like they
way?
expect
Are they
it.
that diligent?
Yeah, they
They
expect
are.
it.
That's
Did they run this
insane.
pistol before?
But they spent
I mean,
a
it's
lot
kind of
time.
common
That spike was
like,
planted
angle, I
already for 10
guess, if you're
seconds
doing
before that
something like
fight.
this, but
And they're pushing spawn here, but
they
they're gonna get pinched
looked
here, Doug.
so ready for this one. Damn, that was a
Doesn't
nice
matter, they
reaction
get
though.
control.
Dog
I
goes
think
in.
the Cascade from QCK
Gun
lost so
upgrade.
much time. They were
Oh.
scared.
Oh no!
Nice trades
Good
though.
recovery again, but the heal doesn't come through. They didn't realize one player was still having
Mary's just on the tap now.
they've
That's
given
all it
Big
is.
turn
so
two.
much room for these two
Oh, you
players
went
to
for
play
the
down
spams
below.
on pistol rounds.
Yeah, they don't have any mollies or anything like that. or
Oh
if they
man,
have,
the
they've already
wall
been
just
shot off.
faded. Ran out of
Yeah.
ran out of
Time is
fuel on the
low.
wall here.
Time is too low.
One enemy
Way
remaining.
too low.
Damn. Okay, I mean this is very much
Good
on.
attempt, but I think, like I said, on the first half for both these sides, it's labored. It's so slow in considering these retakes and the post plans.
I think there were a couple things to go back to the time thing that you were just mentioning that really showed themselves there. There was
Fine for getting fined for that one.
Right? There
That's
was the
actually
fact
very
that they
true.
got cascaded off
That's
on
what
lane, so
Ardis should
they
use in
couldn't
this
take the
defense.
Fight and spawn. The pinch that should have happened never came through. They took their time there, and then the just late fights. You're absolutely right.
It's my fault, David. That's not my fault. Come on.
With the aggro and
In
mid.
terms of this one, we get triple
right
rifle.
now on the side of
two
MIBR.
Spectres.
No buy coming out, just a frenzy for Heat.
I'm not even sure if he got
And it's
fined
that
for it.
same
I'll
tie
ask
that we
him.
were talking about, giving space to the Jet usually, but here all three players involved, maybe all five are going to join.
Deep fast,
Push over
clear
towards
out.
middle. Had a lot
Turret
of footsteps here.
The
Reaction.
adjustment you can make there if
Straight
you're
into the
Furia
A
is after
site.
seeing that you could put that turret
Walk
a
in
little
there.
bit deeper. MW's getting really aggro.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, element of surprise went with that
He's got
bullet.
help though.
Nicely handled.
Confident in his
Damn, it's like the
combat,
first,
make sure they can get
it's like the
trade,
first half on
move
repeat
on.
in terms of
QCK
the
carries
harbor.
around.
Getting a lot.
And you still have even mid control.
We
from
might have the
Malzahn
same
too.
thing if harbor goes for this.
Spike planted.
Looks like he's going to want to hit a late flank into Art, assuming the round even takes that
I
long.
think it's.
It's just two left for
Player
MIBR.
standing.
Make that one.
He's peeking by himself. Miria's had an opportunity potentially to start fighting from flowers. So
Yeah, you might see Harbor just try and go for this because it doesn't matter if he dies because
It's
just
not gonna
having
work
this ult
out.
into the next round is really big.
Furia do what they did to or what MIBR did
He
to
also
them
has
in
the
that
gun.
first
It's
half,
best to lose
converting the first
if
two.
you're gonna.
See if they can
Although you're
convert
trying to
into
lose a
bonus.
gun, but yeah, nicely
And
handled
when you
and
consider that
literally
really
just
good start that MIBR
just
had,
reverse this. MIBR had the same start instead of Harbor ult, in terms of Harbor ult, sorry,
honestly.
over towards the first
that
bonus,
last round
and yeah, now we're
pivotal
here.
for Furia at the end of the
Do
half.
we go B or do we actually see an A Harbor ult?
I thought MW was getting really aggressive by himself, but no. QCK and Dig is in here. No chance. How do they approach this bonus? They do get the Reckoning online for QCK here, so they do have a power ult involved here. Even though they have the weaponry disadvantage, they have a big shot at this. And look at that little adjustment on the high side too. It's not something that you're going to
He takes someone out.
time if you're the player all the way
Damn.
in shop. But they're
Damn,
choosing
Fury.
to fight shop, keep it open.
That's
But all
a
that aggression
huge
loses
start
on the A
as
side
well.
again. They just didn't get
Straight up
in.
pick
Look
into
at
this
going on
one,
the other
and
side of the map too.
they could even
That turret might go down.
save the ult.
You can tell.
Yeah, they're gonna
FRC has to
save
stay.
the ult for the after
I think he
plant.
just got contact and the
And they
turret got
have
cleared out.
someone
They're
over
just fine
towards B
trying to
that
get
just
FRC
shot an
feeling
alarm bot
like
or
he
a
has to
turret. I
deal
didn't
with
see
what's
which.
happening B, but the hits, hey, the
So
spike's
this
down.
guy's ready
Look
for
at what
this,
that
but he
pressure
insta-rotated.
does. They're not able
How
to
on
flood because
earth do you
people
win
are
this round if you're
falling back into
MIBR?
it.
We got
So
Cove,
Fury is actually deciding
and
to
you
fall
got
off
the
the
wall
site.
to push them off at
MIBR
least.
has to go and clear all the space. Look, the cascade.
What's the chance that this guy has
now.
some kind of
And the
lineups?
Trailblazer.
And you have two mollies here on the side of Mazin.
Harbor
I mean,
ult goes
this
in.
is clinical from Furia, bro. Now you've got the Reckoning that they're gonna have to navigate
They're
around.
saving. They're
What a
calling it
round.
quits.
What a really good run from Furia. That snowballed fast after that first kill. I really like the decision after this first kill to realize that he was like the first point of contact. There's probably not going to be anyone else here. And it's just fine.
And that's the bonus.
A little bit unlucky,
That's the bonus here for Furia.
but yeah, they did so well.
And it's all of a sudden 1 round difference between the two teams.
3 rounds in
Those
this
ones are
half.
kind of legit.
4
Don't
in a
mind
row
those
if you
ones.
Go back to the previous half, and maybe a starter that was right, bro. I mean, the gap is gone.
Still a buy available here from MIBR.
It's the legit ones, yeah.
Weapons, 4 saved. Just a Spectre on the side of Mirrors.
Flash goes deep.
And he's very aggro. They have a flash as well to help him out if he wants.
2-9 lost bonus on time. Oh boy, it's a deep.
Puts him in the Trailblazer, and there's no help all of a sudden.
So far up.
Yeah, they kind of bait them in on that one.
It's another kill going in favor of Furia.
And look, JCT tried to get out there, but he's ahead of the high tide.
Yeah.
His teammate was
Do you
there
hear,
to help.
here comes his coach? Yeah.
And all of a
You hear
sudden
all the
this
comms.
save
And there's loads of
force
times where like you want to
is
call a
gonna actually
timeout
potentially
and say that
cascade
someone
into
in the team.
5 rounds
Oh,
in a
this
row
pause
for
is
Furia.
huge. Oh, I'll wait.
When you're down like this, you feel like
Okay,
you've lost control
they're
of the
aware of it.
situation. You've got to try. You feel the need to try to make a play. And Maurice was so far up.
If they were running, then
Maybe try to
honestly,
catch rotate,
maybe
step
different
one,
rounds, but
maybe
that was
two
close.
if it's free, and swing the tides, but he's just not able to. He's
Yeah, there's loads of times where like I've wanted to call a timeout per se, like Yampi or Soulcast or someone will call something that I would like the change up that I wanted to do, so then you don't need to time out. So it's like really
As early as
useful.
last year, but even back to 2021. So you could tell there, maybe starting to get a read in terms of the personal battle between those two.
I believe it was Heat who mentioned it.
Yeah, can
in
definitely
the
hunt
interview
for
at
this
the
one.
very beginning. They've known each other for a long
6K,
time. They're friends,
5K.
they've been teammates, are in the same region, but they've never.
They know that
really
Killjoy's
played against
somewhere
each
over
other, but I
towards
think you're
there.
right, knowing, having that history, having that tendency, and understanding each other.
As in
very
the
well could've been
current
the difference
liquid,
there.
it's safe.
As this round comes to a close, MIBR trying to save these 2 weapons that they have, and it seems like there's no danger of having lost them. Fury will get to 8, will be tied up once again.
Classic Pearl going on right now.
Yeah, 3,000
When
till
you
this
look
we
at
get
the
our first
economy of MIBR,
9K.
This is why I'm saying this start
Make sure to follow
from
my
Fury
pack
could
in.
snowball
The
even
latest
further
right to
because
the enemy.
yeah, they might be able to force again. But neither of those players who saved weapons can drop. So you're looking at a hero rifle situation by both these. So you might get this 5-round start from Furia.
MIBR stacked pretty aggressively towards A. It looks like they may try to deny that space so that they can get the orb for Heat so he can have blades, because other than that, there's not a whole lot else for them to work with.
Yeah, you're right. That's what they're going for. Will that cost them the time?
Okay.
Again on the retake.
Knife's going out in reaction to
Does
them
Fury
instantly
recognize
taking over
they do
towards
get the
B.
information that that ult is now available, and
They
hear
block
it
this
pop.
off, making a lot of
That might
sound.
be the react
They kind of
into this
contact
B
walk
site.
over towards here. These two haven't made any
FRG's
sound at the
just on
moment,
the
so they're
other
not going
side
to
of
expect
screens.
this.
He's gone
And
above.
these
I
three
thought
are
he was
making
trying to
probably
land
the
up
most
there.
sound we've
Like
ever
that
seen.
info peek
Is
in
a
the
person
spam as
behind
well, but
screens.
look at the little position.
I tell you what, they made so much sound they don't even consider this. Person behind
That's
screens
one of the
needs to
phantoms
try
that
and get
they
2.
had. So still healthy, eventually
That's
falls.
unlucky.
As
Yeah, and
does
they just
everything
had
else.
no
It's
idea.
just the blades
These
on
3
mine now for Heat,
sold
and
this
they're not
so
around for
well.
long.
I know it was like an
Watch
eco,
them at
but
W2s.
honestly they sold it
He
so
has
well.
a
These two
gap
just walked
to get
all
in
the way
back
out.
call.
I like the idea of this one.
That timing perfect.
I like the idea of this one because
From
it's
the
a
sky.
3-2, so the person, in terms of the actual luck, it's not like one
5
person
in a
that can
row,
get a gun and
actually 6
snowball.
total in a row if
Just
you
had
count
2
the
to
first
just make
half.
sure it doesn't
Scoreline 2.
get out of control.
And that one was perfect. I mean, they gave up so much space in mid, not only in mid, but also B long, and that's why you saw them try to react in. But on top of that, you have
It's a long
QCK,
old
you have
string in a
Nazi-
row.
or sorry,
It might be
Kalila
on to
Nazi,
change
the
something
Viper
up.
Killjoy. Go for that lurk through B link. And we have our final timeout.
In terms of Furia, they're kind of playing it a
No
little
more
bit
timeouts
more
for either
than
side in
how we would
regulation, so
expect it.
last
Just heavy
chance
on the sides and some kind of mid-luck in
coaches
terms
to
of
speak.
pressure.
And I mean, it really has kind of gone off the rails for MIBR here, hasn't it?
They're going very
6
heavy
rounds in
over
a row.
towards one side.
Full control for Furia. They've shown a couple of different looks as well.
Phoenix on this map? Yeah, I
this
like
has
it.
trouble written all over it.
This is, I mean, right here. They need to put a stop to it. I think that's why this timeout is called here. Bazooka understands how this is the biggest of all swing rounds. And they've lost opportunities on these swing rounds earlier so far. Muria's Bazooka need to come up with a big plan here. I think with Heat top, it's going to be surrounding him once again. Last round was surrounding him to get those knives. This round, how does he find an early pick?
Okay, gonna set him up over towards A. Did Furia change anything up? Doesn't look like it. At least early B control.
Will be the case for him. But by himself this time, they're gonna want to fight for mid again.
I wonder how this is so passive from Heat. It's the same
Wall
flash
goes in the
cascade,
middle,
but look,
flash
they put the turret in
to the
front
insta
of the high side
disrespected.
again.
Looking like the same round again.
So they have info that they're not pushing and they're walking through it, just ignoring it entirely.
Yeah, straight up same round again.
DG used his blades here. The Seekers, he's gotten into backside, but everything.
Yeah, they just weren't ready for this. This is a nightmare. The Furia, no joke, do the exact same round as the round before. Holy, they're getting...
That feels real bad,
getting
man. There's not a
overrun.
whole lot you can do against that.
I mean, every single player on MIBR there choked.
Ooh! Nice shot out from Heat. I thought he was done. I thought he was dead.
But they always have the option here to fall down B-Long. Because they have 2 players in B-Link right now.
Man, look at them searching already. Look at this guy.
They're chasing guns right now.
Dude, yeah, he's on 9K, he's loving it. Loving life. Did he just see... Oh, okay,
Massive
we can see it
investment,
now.
and they don't have enough to reinvest.
I mean, it's beautiful. You never expect
It's
this. You
gonna be a
never
flawless
expect
attack off at the moment.
that the opposing side is calling your save before you call it.
Yep.
Mazun is in their heads. It's now, I mean, that was 3 attempts at a save in a row, so Furia, enough of that.
Look at all this money.
That is
Oh my
ridiculous.
goodness.
I mean, they're real busted now. Maybe a Marshall, maybe a Stinger.
And I was mentioning how you saw the player in B-Link there, Khalil, get 2 free kills. And that's because you have that B-Long pressure coming in, and then you have B-Link. So the guy who's fighting, that's Murias, who's trying
Go
to
down to Marshall Mania.
He's getting pinched on both sides. He can't even fall back into B-Link. So
3
he
sheriffs.
do the unforced or the forced area. Just walking
Now
and
against the
fighting
eco,
B-Long.
they go over
Yeah, no
towards
choice.
A. It's a classic.
Looks like Heat may get some of that early aggression and pressure this round. He's got a Marshall in hand. He's playing real far back.
I mean, that's just going to get covered by a wall, no?
Assuming they don't go dry. Well, it looks like they actually crossed without it.
Cross without it, but here it comes, and now he's up ahead. And this Trailblazer, it's going to be tough for him to fall back even. Stunned.
Taking a bite out of him.
They're not committing, actually.
Dude,
I think
this
what you
is
see
nice
right now is
calling though.
Mazin
I'm
getting
liking
some
everything I
information
see from them.
on
This
that
is a
B
nice
side that they're
rotate though, nice
rotating.
and fast. Vision
So he calls it all the way back, and now he's actually uncertain.
was kind
So
of
the
blocked
team
from
is
here,
starting
but
to
they
slow
jump
down, but
spotted, so
45 seconds.
they saw that no one was pushing in afterwards.
MIBR are the ones who are actually making the right read.
Yeah, it almost feels like Furia,
Yeah.
they pulled that rotate off of A a little
It's,
too early, but now
it's
they
a
don't
sleeper
have much
map.
of a choice. And because time is low, MIBR have everyone here. They do have
Have
Furia
we got
a couple
anything
of
for this
heals.
corner?
Helps
Do we
secure things
expect
like
the
this lockdown that we've just seen them invest.
Yep, Molly for the corner.
Help them zone off a little bit.
No one goes here, so they all know that they're either
There might be a gap
spawn or
there, but
heaven.
MIBR wisely get off
Cove
the
goes
side,
in, does a
away
good
from
shot.
those nanoswarms.
It's hard, they don't really have the guns to spam it.
Turret to hold heaven. 13 seconds left. They finally have to commit to the plan, and look at that, just sectioned off by the wall. Really no way for MIBR to fight back in this. They have to let it subside in
What an
DG.
angle.
Yeah, that's brutal.
There's nothing to save here, so they're just going to send it into the meat grinder.
He's such a stupid sight. Holy
What are
hell.
you waiting for? What's the cue? First
Nice
swing
shot.
out. It's a 1-for-1.
Enemy remaining.
And they use the Reckoning. Oh. We were due a shorty kill, weren't we? We were due a shorty kill.
Just giving it a little bit at the end as well.
Stands up
Holy.
across the stage and
Alright,
taunts them because
last chance for MIBR. They managed to get a buy.
While they had energy
Money's
coming
not
into
gonna
this,
be
we
here.
saw
They
it
got
on the
3 ults,
stage
they
in the
have to
beginning
use
of the
them.
game.
Yeah, they did.
We saw it in the first few rounds as well. It has been sucked out of them. And I think he's doing the right thing to rub it into. We look like we're seeing exactly the same MIBR from Super Week, despite the start.
Here.
The timeline really tells the whole story. But is there something MIBR can do to flip the script, to change the momentum?
I like the attempt.
Yeah, again, no timeouts here for MIBR. This is all in their hands now.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that Heat with this op is not opping down Belong and trying to catch Mazin. Yes, there's a lot of pressure down Belong against the Jet op, but you can get up on top of the box.
See that hits him? That's because the wall, the actual wall is like way lower. Again, like you see all of this floating stuff in terms of the wall, it's just way lower. And then you have like this extra bit that's floating. That's why, and like you know the turret shoots there, that's when it always comes up on radar as well. That's why it's a little bit busted.
Will it end up costing them? He's still going to have potentially even
because like he can't even see it there, but it's honestly like the visual's just way. It's a lot lower than you think. Yeah, it's not just like this, right? It's not that line there. It's like there, like it's way below the line. So that's why when you think people can get out into over a certain point with your wall, you should always just look at your minimap. It will show up a lot.
Wow!
He walks all the way through, alarm bot.
Okay.
Holy hell, I thought he dodged it. Done enough though.
I don't know why it took so long. 14 seconds, they gotta get the plant. RGO can spam it. Is there a cove on him?
10 seconds
yes.
left.
Chooses to hold the weapon for now.
Was Furia the team that when it got to 15 seconds they were winning everything on split?
DG drops down on him, cleans him up. He getting one with the op, and it's all on to Khalil.
It was? Okay. Yeah, not this one though.
MIBR.
That was MIBR? Oh, okay,
There were lots
okay.
of questions leading into that round, but they make it
Yeah,
work.
then... Okay, well then that is the same. You can't
That's
get
the
him. You
first
can't beat
round.
him at the 15-second mark.
In so many.
That game was so crazy, honestly. That was one of the craziest games.
For Furia, MIBR for the first 1.5. And even though he didn't find the success with that op early, he did end up getting a wall bang onto Digizin. Who, I mean, what is this?
What do you think about Neon, Pal?
That's crazy.
It's okay. I don't know. What's meta right now is just everything that can spam B. It's nice to create a path across, but
That's not a bad run. The nice thing is, if you're a fan of
just
MIBR,
doesn't-
they had an 8-4 lead at
it's
half,
not
so
great.
yes, it's been disastrous in recent memory, but you still find yourself in this fight. You still have just the 2-round deficit you have to make up.
And they do use that high time.
at least a little bit with the Jet, you can kind of play some people in this area, right? If you go up early and you take the angle, doesn't always work with the Neon. I mean, maybe it could.
And I wonder too, to kind of continue the conversation, I wonder how much of that is a byproduct of knowing that you're going into
That's a big old circle for this.
and you go, well, there's really no way that we're going to find value. But given Jet's mobility, the fact that you can get up on those double boxes, like you said,
He's gonna find a challenge.
at least try it.
Okay, that's
Middle
nice.
Down
It's
mid.
the first time they kind of gone slower over towards middle, really.
Do get Sewers control and B lane
Yeah.
control Furia.
It feels like Heat has been waiting for this for a long, long time.
Can't see it.
And Mures pops the ult too, which is not the most fantastic ult for denying the plant, but it is great for holding back site control.
Yeah.
But they've left A. Look at this.
Yeah.
There's nobody there right now.
And they've put a lot into controlling B, the pit, a cascade.
Nice round from him.
There we go.
Nice round from him. Okay,
2-round deficit.
gonna try and avoid this guy
Doesn't
next
seem too
time.
bad right now. Heat getting another, still hanging on to the op, and a freeze for Furia.
And this is actually getting scary for Furia now. To lose momentum like that, to lose it to Heat finding some momentum.
MIBR didn't mean
That's
to
had a
take
pretty
too long.
decent game,
Damn,
all things
that's
considered.
kind of sick.
What I'm looking at is these ults. RGL's got his. Heat has his knives too. That Viper Pit will fall this round. But I don't think you
Gun
have the
here.
same response for Furia. Yeah, you only have a pit for Furia online right now. So the retake could actually end up being pretty strong. MIBR tried it in the last. Didn't go so well for them. And back to a 1-round gap. MIBR bringing it
Yeah,
back this
here
time.
we go. Furia timeout makes a lot of sense. Dude, they could just go back to what they were
Timeout
doing,
called
right?
by Furia.
I don't feel like
Last
they
one of
ever got shut
regulation,
down
both
over towards
teams.
B.
We'll have to go silent after this.
Oh
And a
man, I'm
well-timed
excited
call
for this
from
map to be
Furia,
over.
I believe, again, given the fact that MIBR have just won the last 2 rounds, don't want to let this one slip away.
Outside of that loss to Leviathan on this map for Furia, they've actually been great at closing out games. Specifically the games last week against EG. That one went the distance 3 maps, but Furia again.
I really hate
I
it.
wonder how
Yeah,
much
I think
better
it's
they're
awful,
actually
man.
going to potentially be with Carlisle in the
It's really
booth this
awful.
time. It makes a huge difference having your head coach on the stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, last time out called, we'll see how they choose to approach this. Interesting here,
Worse
too.
than Icebox? I think it's like Icebox on
had an attack
steroids.
side op
I'm
in the
already
previous round.
like at least Icebox after like what, a
They're
year and a
choosing to just go
half,
with regular
it was
rifles
still
instead,
relatively
investing
fun
in
to
the
watch.
Well, you saw how hard
Mate,
it was
this
for him
map
to
isn't
find
even.
it.
This
He
map's
landed
like
that turret down belong.
not even a
I think
year
he was
old,
actually
and
expecting to take a
I'm
duel against
so
Heat.
done with it.
But here, the first time Heat switches sides. So if that was last round, you could have seen those two go head
It's
to head. Instead,
by
farming
far the
back
most
up the
boring
orbs,
map I've ever watched.
realizing that they're not fully playing.
Get away. And I mean, he just fills the space.
That's nice, but they're avoiding him again. With that deep dog, that's not something that MIBR have done so far.
We get a new map at one
Kinda
point though,
expect
right?
something to be
Is
followed
it
up
this
on.
year again?
Lovely flash
Tell me
from
we get a
JC
new
over
map at
top
one
of
point
the
this
roof.
year.
Gets the ping.
Toxin
Clears
screen
the
down.
link, but that's false info.
Confirming suspicions now.
Like at the end of the year.
Site. It's just EG for now. And that reckoning is going to cause problems. He was isolated, man. He had nowhere to go.
That's what I was saying. Another lovely
Harbor was
plant
nice, though.
denial here from MIBR based off of that reckoning. I mean, they were all in
Player
position. They
standing.
popped the mollies off the alarm bot. A second molly went in. Muriz had his shorty as well to deal with any dash from Digizin. As soon as that reckoning came on, you actually saw Furia
30
decide
seconds
to
left.
cancel the hit, but it was already too late.
DG was left as lamb to the slaughter.
And now it's the opposite. Now Furia is the one saving. They've got a decent bank now. 3-round losses in a row is going to easily give them a bye here. But it will be the last.
10 seconds left. Destroyed.
Unless they turn out another
Okay,
round
they
win.
only took 1 bullet of damage in terms of this one. Dude,
So
just go back
MIBR
to
actually
B,
have a
surely.
chance right
They
now.
never actually shut it down once.
To actually win the game. After what a streak Furia put on. To go on their own little run here. One thing is for certain, we're going the distance. All of regulation rounds will be played. Whether we come
Long
out a
B near
winner
the cafe.
after regulation, yet to be determined.
You talking about like this?
Look, 4 players here from MIBR. That op's still here. He's on top of screens finally. He'll get
Honestly,
the duel that
I'm
I've been
down- like,
asking
I'm down
for
for it.
so long.
Turns the flash.
Like
holds
anything.
The line. Scalp spotted, not taken.
It's almost as
This is
if
the
they
one
could
who
have
gets the
done
first
this
kill there.
every
And he
single
still has
round and
dash.
been fine.
He's playing really up front here.
Yeah, that's Heat, though. You know what you're getting with him.
Pop the knives.
Welcome to my world.
And DG's the
He
first
can
one
win
there.
this now,
DGK,
though.
it goes down. He
That
still
was a
takes
nice
one,
shot,
but it's
though.
traded
I'll give
right
him
back.
that. He did great to
Now
get
DG
1.
has the up. And it's not your typical attack position. In this post-plant situation, you should be able to find more value with it. Although the pit of
Ooh,
scary
missed shots,
things where
it's
he
on.
just challenges him and
It's
wins it
on.
out.
Where's the plant?
Missed shots,
Where's
no
the
plant.
And now there's an alarm bot further up. Finally gets cleared.
Yeah, they got no map control. They
This
might
pit
have
has been
fluffed
down
this
for like
one.
30 seconds at this point.
They have back sight control. They have
Oh, they
everything.
fluffed
I think
it.
Furia are stuck here.
Toxin screen down.
Oh god.
They've made
Oh
an
no.
MW.
What's
Peeking
going
out
on?
behind it, getting the kill. Another tap. Another threat. Another swing. No kill yet.
He's just moved up so far. You don't
What's the
expect this
timing
if
like
you're
on that
MIBR.
one?
FRZ taking back
So obviously
sight.
he's making
A
sound
cascade.
though. So I
This has
think
gotta be
that
big from FW.
So has the secrets to play with.
Oh, Mazine is.
Can he get back in through the other side?
Going up.
Does he
Doesn't
want
wanna.
to? No, he's gonna drop it.
The tap. The swing.
damn nicely
Mazine
played
with the
though.
clutch.
Fair play. That was actually fun to watch.
That
That was good.
round was insane.
Yeah, that was sick.
I mean, so close.
One last push.
Man, imagine how like that's how fun that site. That's how fun that site would be if you couldn't plant for long. It's just a little intro for us all.
But instead you
It
have
could be
to
like that
rely on
every single
heroics
round.
From your IGL inside of that pit. I mean, how did
It could be so
MW
sick.
get those secrets
It could be-
off?
it
I
could
thought he
actually
was
be an
dead for
okay
sure
map.
because there were so many obvious spots that he was going to
Like
plant
this
for.
was actually a sick round.
What a round.
And Miri's just
That was nice, yeah.
freaking
I mean,
chatting his way into that
he's
op.
been impressive. He never had the
Unreal. What looked like it would be
I mean, yeah, he's been
a match
impressive,
point
honestly.
For MIBR has quickly
Faker,
turned, and
thank
now
you
it's
so
Furia
much,
in the
dude.
driver's seat. Still a buy from MIBR though. The defensive side still with something to fight back with. Op in the hands of Heat. as
I've
usual
liked
down
his
low
calling
this
in
time.
terms of this as well. Thank you so much, Faker, with the Prime 4 months in the Slug Club. Like, I've been enjoying the, at least like some of the fakes that they're doing over towards this.
Take the first engagement down. B-Link,
One
the
chance
first real threat.
to try close this
MIBR
one
being
out.
very proactive on this map though right now. The Trailblazer just came in through A. Remember, that's been setting up Heat so often. This time it's completely on the other
Yeah,
side
this
of
is
the map. That's
real
misdirection
late,
that
and
might
they've
end up
shown no
in a
real
kill,
map
but
control
Furia
over
setting
towards
up for
here.
that
They're
double
holding this
B-Link
down.
flank that we saw with such
They
success.
would.
Yeah, there's a turret here
Okay.
this time though.
The longer that they kind of cut sound, the more
As soon as the orb goes up, as
time
soon
that
as
someone
Vibe
could have done
Utility
this.
denies the
They still
vision,
had
you see
3
they
people
start
on
making
site,
their way
heavy
down lane.
killjoy
The turret
setup.
got cleared.
MIBR are in a good spot here,
Draws
really.
people over.
Not the ideal gun.
They've dropped the reckoning, they've dropped the wall,
For
they're
Heat,
fully
but-
committed to this. Oh gosh!
Holy hell.
DG's still alive.
Holy hell, the overwhelm.
That was insane.
Harbor ult.
5v3 here, Furia looking to put MIBR away.
That was nuts, though.
Roller coaster of a map that it's been, and it's not done yet. The ride still continues.
J
Seems
underscore
like it's coming to
Fazzy,
a
thank you
stop.
so much, Jay. Appreciate you.
MIBR just JCC
With the Prime,
left.
3 months.
1v4 turns into 1v3. Time a factor.
Damn, nicely done. I mean,
Furia
Spamby was strong there.
somehow close this map